Joining us to discuss the increases, Compass Realtor Kara Kay. Kara, good morning.
Morning, Jason. How are you?
I'm great. How you doing? Everything good?
I'm doing well. Yeah, you know what? The weather's heating up, and so is the real estate market. So everything in San Diego is heating up right now.
Yeah, tell us about that. That's an impressive number there.
It is. So yeah, we saw the statistics from the National Association of Realtors, and so that 21% jump in June was a huge comeback after the sales plummet that we saw in May, which was the largest dip we'd seen since the 90s. So to make this large of a comeback, you kind of want to understand why. And it is sales. So we're looking at, it's based on the closing, and it represents the contracts that were signed in late April and May, before much of the economy began to reopen and before the most recent surge in coronavirus cases. So, in San Diego alone, we saw a 43% increase in pending sales. So that it speaks to the amount of sellers and buyers that need to make movement that might have held off during the pandemic that are now becoming active again. It's crazy to think that inventory is still so low that number could have been even higher had there been more homes for buyers to purchase. We're seeing a lot of first-time home buyers come out of the woodworks. They're representing about a third of the loans that are going out right now. So people are understanding that there are so many options for them to explore when it comes to putting down a lower purchase price. And it just seems like people have been in their house and they either want to move up or they're renting, they're realizing that they could be paying a mortgage. And so there's a lot of activity going on in the market.
Yeah, and there's also motivation because of these very low interest rates too, whether it's a buy or a refi.
Absolutely. Buy, refi, you can't help but want to take advantage of these low interest rates. It's like they're giving out money not for free, but it's more affordable than it ever has been. And people are doing the numbers and everything just makes sense. On the sell side, there's multiple offers going out. And on the buy side, you're taking advantage of interest rates. And some people have cash that they've been saving up anyways. So it's seeming like on both sides, it's a great time to act.
Well, you mentioned the lack of inventory, and I want to know, I'm not sure you have this number handy, but I wanted to ask you about, we know that typically the lower end and the mid-range priced homes, they tend to move more quickly. What is what is the average days on the market now for the average home?
That's a good question. I don't know tremendously, but I know it's down from the month before. And before it averaged about a month. And I want to say we're still about that. So to even think about that, that means if no other property came on the market in a month, we would have nothing left to look at, which is kind of a staggering thought.
Okay, whether a seller or a buyer, talk to us about what our local real estate professionals like yourself are doing to ensure that everybody is safe when they go to look at homes or when they're having people come in their homes to look at them.
Yeah, things have changed a lot. Some people aren't comfortable looking at properties. Some people aren't able to travel because of the ban on essential travel. So agents are getting, the tech-savvy agents are getting to be able to be really creative. And that's the reason I chose the company that I'm with. It's really tech forward for buyers and sellers. And myself as an agent, I came out with something a couple months ago that, my whole philosophy was if you can't go out and see properties, I wanted to be the one to bring a property to you. So I've been really active on social media. I do a campaign called Doorway of the Day where I showcase a property in San Diego that I want to highlight that I think deserves a closer look. I intro the property, I show the photos. If I've got video, I will add that as well, explain a little bit about the area so that people can understand more. And it's just a lot of things happening online, and we're very fortunate to have the technology that we do to keep everyone connected in a time where we can't necessarily see things or people in person.
All right, good to know. Kara Kay with Compass Realty. Kara, always great to talk to you. Thanks for your time and perspective.
Thanks, Jason.